Why do you cover your faces? You guys are being cowards.
Now at 8, new video of what appears to be ICE agents detaining a man at a Home Depot in the Dalles. We have more information about this man and Home Depot's response to that. Plus, Portland's ban on gas leaf blower is set to kick off on January 1st. How it will impact your neighborhood and why the full rollout of the ban is still years away. And later, many American families love Friday pizza nights, and now habits seem to be changing from toppings to sizes. Why the change in appetite coming up on your 8 o'clock hour of Sunrise. Good morning, and thank you for joining us live at 8 o'clock. I'm China Green, headed over to Chris McGinnis, who is doing weather and traffic on this Friday.
Double duty for a very wet morning. I mean, it's just a soak of a morning commute. This is radar over the last 3 hours, and you can see the progress that the latest batch of steady moderate rain has made. It's raining pretty solidly now out in the Oregon Coast Range, all the way through the I-5 corridor and up into the Cascades. And yes, it rained in the Cascades. The freezing level this morning is up above 8,000 or 9,000 feet. Live scan right now over the metro area. It's raining about as hard now as it has all morning, and I think the Wells Fargo sky camera certainly shows that. The breeze also starting to pick up out of the south at 10 miles an hour at PDX. At Salem, it's sustained at 15. We're likely to see some gusts a little higher than that throughout the morning. We're also tracking what looks like the back edge of the steady soaking rain getting out of here before noon. So with some luck, I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to go completely dry later today, but the wettest part of our day is now, and we should start to see a downward trend in the rainfall as we head towards lunchtime and later on. Highs today quite mild for early December. Normal high this time there's about 49. We're shooting for 56 or 57. All right, as we mentioned, this is the wettest part of our day right now, and it's coinciding with the busiest part of our morning drive. Right now, the Sunset inbounds 30 minutes to get you in from Hillsborough. The I-5 drive from Clark County timing out to about 21 minutes right now in the rain from Main Street down to the Fremont Bridge. Speaking of bridges, a big traffic alert for the Abernathy Bridge, I-205 between Oregon City and West Lynn. 2 overnight closures tonight and tomorrow night as ODOT does a sign bridge installation spanning all lanes of the freeway. So the bridge closure starts tonight at 11, reopens at 6 a.m. on Saturday. Another closure tomorrow night at 11, reopens at 7 a.m. on Sunday. So if you're in like Wilsonville or Tualatin and you got to make an early morning run to PDX, you're going to need to use I-5 or Highway 43 or 99E. China, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Authorities arrested a man at a Southwest Portland MAC station after he allegedly threatened TriMet security with a knife. He was taken into custody just before 10 o'clock last night at the Goose Hollow MAC stop. Police say it doesn't appear the man was physically hurt, but the TriMet officer did show a knife to the TriMet officer and will likely be facing menacing charges. In Clark County, a police dashcam caught the moment a suspect rammed deputies with a car while trying to flee. Authorities say this started with a report of a home burglary in northeast Vancouver. A car was stolen and then it was spotted in Battleground. Deputies used a grappler, which is a device that has straps that shoot out from the patrol car, which you just saw there. It tangles in the suspect's vehicle axle, and it stopped the driver here, but she still tried to get away, ramming 2 patrol cars before deputies were able to pin her in. Luckily, no one was hurt here, but the 40-year-old woman faces multiple felony charges. In the Dalles, cell phone video captured what appears to show ICE agents arresting a man inside a local Home Depot. The video shows him being escorted outside by agents. Devin Haskins joins us live and has more on this story. Devin.
Yeah, China, this happened Saturday at the Home Depot in the Dalles. We talked with a customer who was there inside at the exact same time and noticed a commotion and started recording. We talked with Destin Ramsey, who shared this cell phone video with us. In the video, he says you can hear the man being taken out as he's shouting what appears to be his phone number in Spanish. Ramsey said that's when he started recording. He says he talked with that man's family, who told him he's a local handyman. KGW News has not been able to verify that man's identity or why agents were there detaining him.
People, it sounds like their dad was really hardworking, really like a strong pillar of not only their family, but of their community, of their church community. You sound like a really, really good guy.
We asked Home Depot about what happened, and they wouldn't provide direct answers, but shared a general statement with us saying, we aren't notified that immigration enforcement activities are going to happen, and we aren't involved in the operations. We aren't coordinating with ICE or Border Patrol. We're required to follow all federal and local rules and regulations in every market where we operate. KGW News also reached out to DHS about this case and has yet to hear back. Back to you.
Devin, thank you. People in Woodburn, in the meantime, are responding after a federal agent detained at least 14 people on their way to work. So here's what you know. Immigrant rights groups say that the farm workers and landscapers were all traveling in a van Wednesday morning when they were arrested. At the end of October, the Farm Workers Union said agents detained 35 people in a day.
Many of these folks are essential workers, people who play essential roles like growing our food, taking care of our kids. They're in construction. They're in many industries that are critical to Oregon.
Woodburn declared a state of emergency last month over the federal immigration crackdown. We reached out to ICE and Homeland Security on these arrests. There's new clues indicating that the federal government may want to open an ICE detention facility in Portland. While the city already has an ICE processing facility on the south waterfront, detainees they're not held there overnight. Instead, they're typically sent to Tacoma. Now a federal contractor is looking to hire staff for a detention facility in the city. KGW found job listings posted this week for a warden, assistant warden, and managers that would be responsible for overseeing the daily operational functions of an ICE detention facility. And the job location address is Portland's airport. Spokespersons for PDX as well as the Oregon Air National Guard both say that they're unaware of any plans for a detention center at or near the airport. We're still working to get information from the contractor or ICE. Portland's favorite Christmas riddle has returned. We are talking about the Santa clones. Each year, artist Chris Wallace finds a vacant storefront to set up the more than 400 tiny illuminated Santas. He keeps the exact location a secret, but posts clues on social media each day. First one is in the form of several haikus. I have never understood haikus since I learned them in second grade, but here we go. Where cola once flowed, the plant all but forgotten, yet left a splash. Carbonated waves, a frothy sea of soda on a sandy shore. Liquid silver face, 2-7, near the zipper, solve and hit pay dirt. I don't understand that. It doesn't rhyme. It doesn't make sense.
It's syllables and lines. I know that's how much I know. You know who's really good at this is Matt Safino.
That doesn't help us.
It doesn't help us
He's
now,
still asleep.
But I actually think I get some of the clues. So sandy and bubbly and cola. The old Pepsi bottling plant on Northeast Sandy Boulevard, maybe? Maybe? All right, here you go. This is a look at radar over the last 3 hours. We are getting soaked out there. This is playing out exactly as we thought it would yesterday morning at this time. The heaviest, steadiest rain coming through the area on our morning commute here. It's definitely wetter out there now than it was yesterday at this time. We've picked up well over an inch of rain in the last 24 hours at PDX. Today, the steadier, heavier rain eventually is going to sag southward and hit areas that didn't necessarily get soaked yesterday. So Woodburn, Salem, down towards Corvallis. But in any event, right now here in Portland and Vancouver, we are getting really wet. Note the freezing level, by the way, 9,500 feet. That continues to be a story. No Cascade snow this weekend. No Cascade snow in my 7-day forecast. 53, as we mentioned, at the airport. The breeze starting to pick up a little bit there. It's also picking up, gusting or sustained in Salem right now at 15 miles an hour. And Futurecast likes wind gusts on the order of 20 to 25. So that could knock around some of your holiday lawn ornaments if you didn't get them, properly secured. Gusty west winds whipping through the East Gorge and the Columbia Basin later today and tonight. There's a wind advisory for you folks. All right, here's Futurecast, and as fast as this blob of rain moved in, you know what? Our modeling likes to actually abruptly shut it off here later this morning. I don't know that we're ever completely dry for hours on end, but we will have more dry time than wet as we go into later this afternoon. So great if you're going out to any of those tree lighting festivities. I think we have a chance to be mostly dry and fairly mild as well. Temperatures in the I-5 corridor generally in the upper 50s, mid 50s out to the Columbia Basin after what was a chilly start to the week. Even Eastern Oregon is warming up. So that's the plan for today, breezy and mild, and eventually the rain tapers off pretty significantly by early afternoon. Hey, say hello to Subi. And Krista Lee, thank you for sharing. Subi is today's KGW Pet of the Day. If you want to get a proper sunrise shout out to your favorite feline or dog or giraffe, You can send your emails and photos to petoftheday@kgw.com. All right, here's our forecast for today, as we mentioned. On and off, wet, rainy, breezy, and then the 7-day forecast. Can we bring that up? No, I can't. I do want to highlight that next week, Tuesday and Wednesday specifically, our KGW Weather Impact Alert days. We'll take a closer look at that in just a minute. Let's get you out the door with a look at the roads. They are wet. Highway 26 out near Cedar Hills Boulevard. The headlights there in that shot, that's the eastbound drive, and you can see it is slow going all the way out past Murray to Bethany right now. The drive in from the west side from Hillsborough is up to 28 minutes at last check. Interstate 84, about a 26-minute ride from Troutdale. I mean, these drive times aren't bad, but certainly slow, and maybe a little slower than a normal Friday morning in the rain. 22 minutes right now is your I-5 South commute from Clark County. Heads up on the Abernathy Bridge, I-205, that will be closed overnight tonight and tomorrow night. ODOT putting in a sign bridge spanning the freeway. The closure tonight, 11 to 6. Tomorrow night, it's 11 to 7. China, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. This morning, we're taking a sneak peek at the annual Magic of Lights event at the Oregon State Fairgrounds and Expo Center in Salem. You and the whole family can drive through displays of your favorite holiday scenes and characters from the warmth and the dryness of your own car. Now through Monday, you can save $8 on weekday tickets when you buy tickets online using the code KGW8. The website for tickets is magicoflights.com/Salem. Ahead on Sunrise, 2 window washers were left dangling in the air after a tether snapped. How they made it down unscathed. Plus,
just yesterday I found out that the trail was open. I'm coming here specifically because of that news.
a newly renovated trail at one of the most photographed spots in Oregon. We'll take a walk around Trillium Lake after the break.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
On this week's Let's Get Out There, we are headed up to Trillium Lake. This postcard-worthy spot is a year-round attraction. And if you like to hike the loop trail around the lake, you'll notice some new improvements. Jen Goodwin takes it there.
Some places in Oregon don't demand attention.
This is something else.
They simply earn it.
It's very surreal. It's a bit difficult to take in, honestly.
Trillium Lake is one of them.
The stillness of the water is absolutely unbelievable.
It might be one of the most photographed spots in the entire state, but Hayden Karras is getting a first look.
I've never heard of this place until yesterday.
On most days, the water is impossibly still. The lake lets the mountain do the moving.
Spectacular.
Lee Maloney and hiking buddy Pippa have been here many times.
It was nice to see it out in the sun and with the snow, and it's wearing a little cloud hat, which is very cute.
The trail around Trillium Lake is about a 2-mile loop, and while I'm not necessarily here for the awesome view of the mountain, people that have been here frequently over the past few years will notice some differences on the backside of the trail here. Hey, thanks for your support.
Wobbly boards that are clearly rotting through, and maybe you get your feet a little bit more muddy. But the repaired boardwalks are really great and really accessible.
Rebuilding it to these new standards has been really great to just get the project back online and let people get out there and enjoy the loop around Trillium Lake again.
Jeff Malik is with the National Forest Foundation. They were involved with the reconstruction of 2 aging and frankly rotting sections of the Trillium Lake Boardwalk, originally built in the 1990s. The $900,000 project was funded by grants and donations. Work finished up in mid-September.
It's really nice to see people getting out there and doing the hike all around the trail.
It's just the forest is so dense, you can just feel kind of lost. It's clearly a marked trail, but it's very quiet and peaceful.
Just yesterday, I found out that the trail was open. I'm coming here specifically because of that news.
The path is flat, but probably not great for wheelchairs unless yours is pretty rugged. If you're looking for movement, the lake is a year-round destination for hikers, kayakers, and cross-country skiers.
I think you just got to get outside even if it's raining. I think a big problem is people will stay inside during the winter, and you just got to do it.
At Trillium Lake, I'm John Goodwin. Let's get out there.
Your time now is 8:16. We have weather, we have traffic, and we have a lot of rain to talk about.
Yeah, 7 days of rain.
7 days?
7 days of rain, yep.
Very Pacific Northwest.
Yes, very appropriate for, on average, Portland's wettest month of the year, right? Welcome to December. So, yeah, rainy and breezy today for sure. This morning is by far the wettest part of our day. In fact, the trend is to get drying out maybe even a little bit before noontime. I'll show you that with Futurecast in a second. Rainy at times this weekend. I mean, Saturday's going to be drippy, on and off wet. Sunday morning could be another soaker, kind of like what we have today. And then I want to turn your attention to this. Heavy rain possible next week with another atmospheric river, the likes of which we have not seen so far this fall, targeting the Pacific Northwest. So here's what we're looking at. This is one model depiction. We've seen models ranging anywhere from 3 to 5 inches of rain across parts of the I-5 corridor. This is a good middle ground, I think. But in any event, you also can see the bullseyes of really heavy rain in the higher terrain of the Cascades and the Coast Range, upwards of 10, 12, 13 inches of rain in the mountains. We're talking about really high snow levels and potentially a lot of water coming at us in a short period of time over about a 2-day span. So that's why we're raising the flag here that this could be trouble Tuesday and Wednesday with possible flooding, landslides, down trees, power outages, etc. Now, it's not a slam dunk, but indications are that a pretty significant rain event's coming our way in that time frame. So stay tuned as this forecast evolves. All right, the rain this morning is evolving. It's arrived right on schedule, and it's quickly the heaviest rain band appears to now be starting to drive down to the south as expected. So now down into Marion County and Lynn County and Polk County. Areas that didn't necessarily get the soaking yesterday are now getting the soaking this morning. And it's still raining pretty good up and down the I-5 corridor right through the heart of Portland. 53 last check at the airport. The breeze is up to 11 miles an hour now. The wind up to 15 miles an hour in Salem. And those wind gusts at times today may be on the order of 20 to 25 for a brief while. Also note this, I'll play this through the afternoon hours. The East Gorge and the Columbia Basin could get really windy today. So there's a wind advisory out there from 7 o'clock until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning for gusty west winds on the order of 40, 50 miles an hour there. All right, here's Futurecast, and as we mentioned, again, the bullseye, the steadiest, heaviest rain driving on off to the south and east and up to the Cascades before noontime. I don't know that we go completely dry, but we will have some dry time, I think, up and down the I-5 corridor today. So great if you've maybe heading out, checking out some of the lighting displays tonight. Tomorrow, as we mentioned, wet, not as wet as today, but there will be occasional rain in our forecast tomorrow. So be ready for that. And then another slug of moisture comes in on Sunday morning as well, and that sets us up for a rainy weekend. A little drippy tomorrow, highs in the upper 50s, or mid-50s, I should say. A pretty good rainy Sunday morning, we think, with highs in the mid-50s. And then here's the 7-day forecast. Again, the days that we're watching next week, Monday afternoon, but especially Tuesday and Wednesday, we've highlighted in red. We want to call your attention that those are days where we have KGW weather impact alert days for what we mentioned, the potential for some significant rainfall and flooding potential. Stay tuned as that forecast evolves. Okay, let's get you out the door for the morning commute. It's slow, but you know, as Friday goes, it's not as bad as it could be. Usually Friday morning commutes are lighter than Monday through Thursday. That said, here's the Highway 26 drive-in from Cedar Hills Boulevard. Obviously, you can see all the road spray being kicked up by the cars there. Just shy of 30 minutes. That gets you in from Hillsborough to downtown. And the drive out of Clark County looks fine over the Glen Jackson Bridge. The I-5 commute, though, that's 20 minutes to get you in from Main Street to the Fremont. China?
Thank you, Chris. All right, let's take a look at this heart-pounding rescue right here. 2 window washers in a Washington, D.C. suburb were left dangling hundreds of feet in the air after their equipment failed. A tether that was supposed to hold the basket in place snapped, and it was happening as temperatures hovered right around freezing. Firefighters ended up rappelling down the building to secure those workers. The window washers made it down without any injuries. It's not clear yet why the equipment broke.
I have a customer here that some other customers were suspicious of, that he looked like the CEO shooter from New York.
That was the 911 call made by McDonald's employee that led to Luigi Mangione's arrest. We take a look at the newly unsealed evidence in the murder of United Healthcare CEO.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
The pretrial hearing for Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing the United Healthcare CEO, continues in New York. Prosecutors released the 911 call made by a McDonald's employee alerting police of Mangione and never before seen photos of what he was carrying. NBC's Stephanie Goss has a story.
This morning, evidence against accused killer Luigi Mangione released to the public for the very first time.
Got a call from the manager there. Customers came to her, said that there's a male in the store that looks like the NYC shooter.
Including that 911 call from a manager of an Altoona, Pennsylvania McDonald's, alerting police to his location.
I have a customer here that some other customers were suspicious of, that he looked like the CEO shooter from New York. Okay. So they're just really upset, and they're like coming to me, and I was like, well, I can't approach him, you know.
No, of course not. The court also releasing these new images of items police say they found on the 27-year-old during the arrest, including thousands of dollars in cash and some foreign currency, apparently from Asia, the laptop he was using when he was approached by police, a small flashlight, a Sharpie marker, and a mask. When Mangione was arrested, prosecutors say he also had a USB drive on a chain around his neck, an apparent to-do list that included buying a survival kit and trash bags, as well as a Greyhound bus ticket to Pittsburgh, arriving the night of the murder.
This does not appear to be a random act of violence.
Thursday's high-stakes hearing comes exactly 1 year since United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was gunned down in Midtown Manhattan. The court releasing these new angles of surveillance video that captured the chilling attack. Mangione's arrest and the search that followed have been the central focus of this week's pretrial proceedings. The defense looking to get evidence, including the alleged murder weapon, thrown out, arguing the search violated their client's constitutional rights. Prosecutors say police followed the law and had the right to search Mangione's backpack without a warrant because of safety concerns.
Now to your morning rush. The Pentagon says U.S. forces have carried out another deadly strike in the Eastern Pacific ordered by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Officials say the boat belonged to a terrorist group and was traveling on a known drug trafficking route with illegal narcotics on board. 4 men were killed. It is the 22nd strike in recent months, with at least 86 people reported killed. Hundreds of passengers were stuck this morning at Detroit Metro Airport after Delta Airlines called for a ground stop due to a network outage. No other airlines are being affected right now, and we're waiting to hear if there are other airports impacted. Delta technicians are working to resolve the issue, and it appears that some capabilities are back online. That ground stop has since been lifted. And Netflix has reached an agreement to buy Warner Brothers for about $72 billion. Warner Brothers is splitting the company into two publicly traded halves. Netflix will take the Warner section, which includes streaming platforms like HBO. The other half, named Discovery Global, will keep CNN and other cable channels. And that's your morning rush. Come January, a ban on gas-powered leaf blowers takes effect in Portland. How this will be enforced and why a full rollout ban is delayed. And baby rhino Tamu at the Oregon Zoo just turned 2. We'll share more cute videos of him coming up.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Good morning, I'm China Green. There are new clues indicating that the federal government may want to open an ICE detention facility in Portland. While the city already has an ICE processing facility on the south waterfront, detainees aren't held there overnight. KGW found job listings posted this week for a warden, assistant warden, and managers that would be responsible for overseeing the daily operation functions of an ICE detention facility. The job location address is Portland's airport. Headed over to Chris McGinnis for a look at weather.
Soaker of a Friday morning commute. As expected, the brunt of the rain coming through during the brunt of our morning commute. It now looks like over the last little while that the heaviest rain is starting to target areas south of like Wilsonville and then down into Marion County and Lynn County, and that also expected. But right now it's still pretty wet in the Portland, Vancouver metro area. There's a live look from our Wells Fargo sky camera. Bopping around in the breeze a little bit. That south breeze starting to pick up a bit. 53 degrees right now. We'll be in the mid-50s for much of the day, inching towards the upper 50s, and the rain eventually slackening as we head towards late morning or early afternoon.
Good morning. We are taking a live look from our Skycam at Pioneer Courthouse Square. It's been a week now since the Christmas tree in Portland's living room was lit up, and tonight a bunch of other local trees are joining in on the festive spirit. So for starters, the 36th annual community tree lighting is happening tonight at the Battleground Event Center. Festivities go from 5:30 to 8 p.m. with the lighting ceremony happening at 6:15. And Beaverton, the annual winter tree lighting is happening at City Park. The lighting tree there is 7 o'clock. There will also be a menorah lighting on Thursday, December 18th at 5 p.m. And in Salem, there's a holiday tree lighting happening tonight at 5:45 at Riverfront Park. There's nothing prettier than a Christmas tree all lit up in its colors and glory.
Brightens it up throughout this dark season, right? We
Yes.
are our day length now is about
2 hours.
It feels like it.
Yes.
Yeah, eight and a half hours, and we're coming up, of course, for the arrival of winter. So. Hey, I have a little bit of good news if you are and wanting to go out to those tree lighting ceremonies this evening. I think the steady soaker of a rain event that we're getting this morning will be pretty much out of here. I'm not going to promise it's going to be completely dry, but there's a good chance for some dry hours later today and tonight. Right now, though, and specifically over the last 3 hours, it's been just teeming rain south of, especially for the south side of our viewing area, getting down towards Wilsonville and then down towards Woodburn and Salem. Still pretty good rain, though, falling up across the Portland, Vancouver metro area. The live look from our Wells Fargo sky camera. I can tell the rain might be lightening up a little bit because we can see the ceiling, the base of the clouds lifting just a little bit. So we got that going for us. By the way, the freezing level's at 9,500 feet. No snow in the Cascades, except for the really tippy tops of the Cascades, and that's not going to change over the next 7 days. Breezy right now at the airport, south winds at 11, south winds at 15 at Salem, and that south breeze may be on the order of 20 to 25 at times today across the Willamette Valley. So be prepared for that. If you've got some lawn ornaments or whatnot that you didn't fully secure, they may get knocked over in the wind. All right, here's Futurecast again, showing you exactly what we've been talking about. The brunt of the rain, the steady rain, pushing on out. We're not going to be completely dry through the noon hour and early afternoon, but we will have some dry time, I think, and with that in mind, I think the weather does improve a little bit for the afternoon. Occasional rain tomorrow. Sunday, especially Sunday morning, looks pretty wet. Another shot of rain possibly like what we have today. And then our attention turns to Monday and specifically Tuesday and Wednesday. We've got KGW weather impact alert days for potentially several inches of rain over a 2-day period. I'm going to take a deeper dive at that coming up in our next weather report in about 10 minutes. All right, in terms of the traffic, it's slow. It's not terrible, but it's slow, and it's obviously very wet. There's the Banfield right now, the westbound traffic with the brake lights coming in from the Hollywood district. Over on the west side, look at the vapor trails coming off the cars there. Plenty of water on the freeway. That's out on the Sunset near Cedar Hills Boulevard. The trip in from Hillsborough right now, 18 minutes. The other drives are busy, but really certainly not as bad as they could be in the rain. And the I-5 commute has gotten better through North Portland. Again, we're lightening the load there just a little bit. We've got that whittled down to about 11 minutes now from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. China?
Thank you, Chris.
They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country.
All the rhetoric, it's created fear in the community and creates so much confusion.
This morning, we're hearing from the local Somali community and other allies after President Donald Trump made those comments. This comes amid reports of ICE operations in Minnesota that appear to be targeted to that community. Though Trump administration officials say that they're not targeting the Somali community, but instead enforcing deportation orders already issued by judges. Now, the Southwest Somali community of Oregon is focusing on educating the community and making sure people know their rights.
What to do if you encounter with ICE, if they come to your home, things that you do, who to call, and what to do.
I've noticed that when people understand that you know the rights, they tend to violate them less.
The Immigrant and Refugee Community Organization says there's also confusion around the pause on immigration applications from 19 countries the feds have flagged as, quote, countries of concern. Even if those immigrants have been here for years and are about to become a citizen, all that is now in limbo. In Clackamas County, a 22-year-old man has been sentenced after pleading guilty to setting Oregon City's Blue Heron paper mill on fire. Christian Dukes will serve 60 months in prison with his other charges dismissed as part of the plea deal. In January, Dukes used a lighter to ignite a stack of paper, causing the fire that ultimately destroyed the vacant building. He told prosecutors he did it because he believed people camping on the property had stolen his stuff. Meantime, Governor Tina Kotek and leaders in Wasco County have announced a new partnership to finish cleaning up from the Rowena fire. Back in June, the fire burned more than 3,700 acres, destroyed dozens of homes, and left behind dangerous debris. But Rowena did not qualify for federal disaster aid, leaving many families without the resources to clean up. The $3.5 million agreement funded by the state will help remove hazardous materials, protect cleanup workers, and safeguard the environment. In less than a month, Affordable Care Act subsidies are set to expire for millions of Americans, including thousands of people here in the Northwest. We spoke to Mac Reed, who lives in Portland and uses tax credits to help pay for her medication. She's one of about 100,000 Oregonians who receive subsidies through the Affordable Care Act, which provide federal assistance to help cover insurance costs. Mac has type 1 diabetes and uses that support to help pay for her insulin.
You know what's going to happen is, like, I'm going to go bankrupt, and then my mom's going to go bankrupt, and then I'm going to die. Like, that's basically that's the, like, sequence of events if I can't afford insurance.
Democrats want to extend the subsidies, and Republicans promise to vote on the issue this month. We heard from Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley, who says Congress will vote next week.
How confident are you that Democrats have the votes to pass that legislation?
Well, it takes 60 votes. I'm confident every Democrat will vote for it. But that's just 47. So we need 13 more Republicans to join us to be able to close debate and pass this bill.
For more on how likely that is to happen, plus more from Senator Merkley, you can check out the full story on KGW.com, on our KGW YouTube page, and streaming anytime on KGW+. Portland's ban on gas-powered leaf blowers is about to kick in. The rule takes effect January 1st, that is. Devin Haskins takes a closer look.
This ban on gas-powered leaf blowers was approved by the City Council in March of 2024, but it's been in discussion since 2018. Now goes into effect January 1st, where gas-powered leaf blowers will be banned by everybody within the city of Portland. For the next 2 years, though, there is a seasonal exception. Crews can still use them in October, November, and December to deal with all those heavy, wet leaf piles, but starting in 2028, that's when the ban becomes full-time, with warnings first and then fines rising as much as $1,000 for repeat violators. City leaders say the goal is to cut down on noise and air pollution and to protect landscaping workers who face the biggest exposure. The policy did see strong public support when it was proposed, with many Portlanders pushing for an even faster timeline. Portland Parks and Recreation is also going to transition out their gas-powered leaf blowers, said to be spending about $1.6 million to do so. In Southwest Portland, I'm Devin Haskins, KGW News.
All right, let's get you out the door. That is a live look at the Banfield right now. The taillights lit up westbound coming in from the Hollywood district in the rain this morning. It has been a soggy Friday morning commute, right as expected. Quick check of the inbound Sunset as well. This is out near Cedar Hills Boulevard. I'll step out of the way. Headlights here heading eastbound coming in. So there's the Murray Boulevard on-ramp. Bethany is out there, and you can see obviously a long line of traffic trying to get in from the west side this morning. That said, it's actually not moving that bad, surprisingly so. A little bit of lighter volume typically on Friday mornings. So 18 minutes gets you in from Hillsborough. The I-5 drive from Clark County, that's improved. That's live up near the Expo Center. You know, about a half an hour ago, it was stacked up. That is definitely improving from earlier. Right now, we're checking in with about 20 minutes to get you from Main Street to Fremont Bridge. We'll be right back.
Hey, our team is always testing products. We only bring you the best, and this one is about your security, so you're going to want to listen up. The product is this. It's called Sight Bulb, and it's called that for good reason. It plugs into any light fixture, see that right there, like a light bulb, and you have an instant security camera. There's a break-in in the US every 26 seconds. Lights are great, but a security camera catches the bad guys in the act. Look at this video. You just plug it in outside to any fixture. You have an instant security camera with night vision, 360-degree views, motion sensing. It even has a built-in microphone, so you can listen to what's going on in your house when you're not there, and also talk if the bad guys are in there, or if you just want to kind of watch your dog just hanging out, right? So I have one plugged in right over here as well, just to show you how this works. There's an SD card right in it, so it's all made in the USA, no things going up to the cloud. It's all stored right here. And come on in for a second, Bob. I want to show you, it connects to your app, so you can actually watch it anywhere. My cameraman Bob is here. Can you? That's what you see right on the app. Say hi, Bob. There you go, there's your hands. So this retails for $49.99 to $59.99, but we have a great deal for you today, 25% off. Think about the cost of home security. And by the way, no professional needed, no wiring. You screw this in and you're done. All you have to do is scan the QR code on your screen right now or go to shoptvdeals.com.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
We are in the final 2 weeks of this year's KGW Great Toy Drive. One of the easiest ways to help is by making a cash donation online. Go to kgw.com/toy and click Donate Cash. And this is a great week to give because Oregon Corrections Enterprises is doubling donations all this week. And we also want to let you know about 2 collection events coming up this weekend. You can drop off new unwrapped toys tomorrow at the Washington Square Mall between 11 and 2. And then on Sunday, we'll be collecting toys at the Oregon Ballet's matinee performance of The Nutcracker. All right, it is Friday, and for many families, that means pizza night. But apparently, the beloved tradition is changing along with pizza preferences. NBC's Emily Ikeda explains.
It's the ultimate comfort food.
I'm having a relationship with my pizza.
From football games and birthday parties to those relaxing nights in.
A lovely cheese pizza just for me.
But are our pie preferences changing?
Everyone still wants to order pizza. They're just changing the order style.
Lauren Paddleford works for Slice, an online ordering platform for 15,000 independent pizzerias.
In what ways are pizza orders looking different nowadays?
You definitely see a shift in size. You see people ordering smaller pizzas. They're reducing, in some cases, the topping count.
In most of those cases, he says, the shift coming from price-conscious consumers, as the national average for a large cheese pizza has grown to nearly $17, up 22% in the past 5 years. And that's before you add in any toppings.
I definitely notice each topping is usually an extra 50 cents to $1. So if I just go with the pepperoni, it's definitely cheaper.
Some pizzerias have felt the pinch. Pizza Hut has been battling sinking sales for over a year. And last month, Papa John said cautious customers have been downsizing to medium pizzas with fewer toppings and sides.
When did a cheese pizza become $23?
Pushing up those prices, in part the rising cost of some ingredients.
Things like using Italian tomatoes that we use, that's gone and stayed up 25%.
Prompting Joe's Pizza in New York City to tack on an extra 50 cents a slice in recent years. Across the country, Domino's has been rolling in the dough and seeing a surge in sales thanks to recent deals.
Every specialty pizza is just $9.99 when I mix and match? Yep.
Treat yourself. While some businesses are catering to wellness trends, including smaller appetites driven in part by wildly popular weight loss drugs. Blaze Pizza telling the New York Times it's exploring a GLP-1 friendly pizza that would embrace protein and a lower calorie count because of a cauliflower crust.
There are a lot of pizzerias, the ones who embrace technology, embrace marketing, really get into their communities and make great product tend to do a lot better.
So that was Emily Akeda reporting, and according to an industry report, most popular pizza toppings in the U.S. are pepperoni, sausage, and mushrooms. As for the trending options, berries, pickles, and hot honey.
I have questions.
Well, so for me, I love my favorite pizza, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. Please don't send in emails.
Hawaiian?
Domino's.
Oh, okay.
Domino's,
topping though.
Thin crust, cheese, and pepperoni, and sliced tomatoes, which they don't do at sliced tomatoes anymore. They only do chopped tomatoes, and I have a problem with that. But that's for another story.
You could open your own franchise.
Maybe, and maybe just do that.
It could be the China Green Special.
Yeah, but the metropolitan ones that have like the kale and the berries, like it's just not
too much.
It's not for
pizza.
me.
It's like
it's a salad on some bread with a little bit of cheese.
Salad on bread and sauce. Yeah. Okay, with that, it'll be soggy pizza weather out there. There's my transition. Rainy, breezy today. The wettest part of our Friday is happening right now. And in fact, it's already starting to wind down for some of us. I'll show you radar in a second. The weekend is rainy at times, occasionally wet Saturday, potentially really wet again Sunday morning. Sunday morning is a morning that could be a little bit like what we're experiencing today. And then let's talk about this. Next week, KGW weather impact alert for Tuesday and Wednesday because of pretty potent atmospheric river that's going to be targeting the Pacific Northwest coast. Now, details on this are still moving around a little bit, like literally up in the air, right? But the modeling continues to suggest rainfall amounts of 2, 3, 4 inches over a 48-hour period in parts of the Willamette Valley, upwards of 6, 8 inches, maybe 10 inches in the higher terrain of the Coast Range and the Cascades. And yes, it will be rain in the Cascades because this system is bringing in with it mild tropical air. So snow levels are going to be way, way up, like 10,000 feet, unfortunately. So all of that put together means that there is at least some risk for possible flooding, which brings in landslides and down power lines and power outages, et cetera. Not to raise the alarm bells here, but this is a system, if it materializes as some models are suggesting, would be the most intense that we've seen so far this season. Again, the time frame is late Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. A lot of moving parts in that forecast, so stay tuned. But for now, it's wet out there, and this is playing out exactly as I thought it would. The steadiest, heaviest rain hitting right during our morning commute and driving down to the south. That band of rain is quickly driving southward. So Futurecast may have this really nailed actually pretty good, with the rain actually shutting off as we head into late morning and early afternoon, which is great. If you've got some outdoor plans tonight, maybe checking out some of the other lighting displays, festivities, tree lighting displays. I think we've got a mostly dry forecast tonight. Saturday's going to be on and off wet. Not a steady all-day rain, but on and off showers or periods of light rain. And then Saturday night and Sunday, that next wave of moisture comes in and hits us with another shot. of wet weather. Today's rain's coming with a little bit of wind. There is a gusty south breeze developing on the order of maybe 20 to 25 miles an hour in the Willamette Valley, and gustier than that out into the Columbia Basin. There's a wind advisory for you folks in Wasco County and points east later tonight and tomorrow. All right, note the freezing level, by the way, 9,500 feet. So no snow at the ski resorts for the next 7 days. 53 degrees last check at the airport. South winds at 11. Again, Futurecast has us very, very mild this afternoon. Upper 50s for daytime highs, well above average for this time of the year at this point. Occasional rain tomorrow. Rainy Sunday, especially Sunday morning. And then Monday and especially Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday. That is the time frame we are watching for potentially inches of rain in a 48-hour period. And if that materializes, we are possible flooding concerns and whatnot. So stay tuned as that forecast evolves. All right, back to the drive. It's wet. Now, the good thing about Friday morning commutes is they're usually lighter than Monday through Thursday. So that's holding true today. But there's a lot more water on the roads right now than there was yesterday at this time. So it's you got to deal with the road spray. That said, the drive times actually don't look all that bad. Our sunset time has come up a little bit now. We're back up to about 30 minutes to get you from Hillsboro. The drive through North Portland, not bad on I-5. Right now, that trip in from Main Street's about 18 minutes or so. A reminder, by the way, I'm not sure if we talked about this in the last few minutes, the Abernathy Bridge between Oregon City and West Lynn will be closed overnight tonight and tomorrow night as ODOT does a sign bridge installation. So just know this, I-205, this is a full closure from 11 p.m. until 6 a.m. Your detours, I-5, Highway 43, and 9090. China?
Thank you, Chris. Oh, do we have some birthdays to celebrate today? Starting off with Genevieve. It is her birthday, and she is a princess, and that is all that matters. Happy birthday, Genevieve. And then we have Christy in Camas. It is her birthday, and she has a big smile and living it up out there. Happy birthday, Christy. Hey, if you have a birthday shout out that you want us to share on air, send an email at birthdays@kgw.com. The Christmas ship parade's officially underway right now on the Columbia. This was the view from the Vancouver waterfront last night as boats covered in holiday decorations went by. This has been an ongoing tradition for more than 70 years. If you missed out last night, don't you worry. There are plenty more parades on both the Columbia and Willamette over the next few weeks, and you can check out the schedule at christmasships.org.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
Here's a wrap of our top stories this morning. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek is running for re-election. The 2026 election could end up as a rematch between Governor Kotek and Republican Christine Drazan if Drazan wins the primary. Marion County Commissioner Danielle Bethel is also running for the GOP nomination. There are new clues indicating that federal government may want to open an ICE detention facility in Portland. While the city already has the ice processing facility on the south waterfront, detainees aren't held there overnight. KGW found a job listing posted this week for a warden, assistant warden, and managers that would be responsible for overseeing the daily operational functions of an ICE detention facility. The job location address is Portland's airport. And starting January 1st, the city of Portland is banning gas leaf blowers. They'll still be permitted from October through December for 2 years, with them set to be banned year-round starting in 2028. The ban is meant to cut down on the negative health impacts caused by noise and air pollution from gas-powered leaf blowers.
Well, we got a 7-day forecast that's full of rain. The rainiest part of our day today is actually right now, and that rain may very well wind up tapering off as we head into late morning, afternoon. 57, a little breezy this afternoon. Occasionally wet tomorrow, pretty wet Sunday morning, and then really wet. Stay tuned on that for next Tuesday and Wednesday. Our drive right now, watch out, Clackamas right now, northbound I-5, crash near Highway 212 has the left lane blocked, so traffic stacking up a little bit around that. Obviously, it's wet out there on the roads, but the drive actually hasn't been too bad this morning. Drive times are still relatively in good shape.
Finally, on Sunrise, Tamu, the rhino calf at Oregon Zoo, just turned 2 years old. He is the smallest member of the Oregon Zoo rhino family. Thanks to conservation efforts, the population of this critically endangered species is now on the rise. Now, you may remember our very own Drew Carney, that guy, spent some time with Tamu and her parents at the zoo last year. So cute. Like, go trot, 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 trot. And the little horn. Oh my gosh, so cute. She spent some time with her parents last year, and we learned that Tamu means sweet in Swahili and loved attention and enjoyed playing with mom.
Didn't Drew also do some investigation about, like, rhino poo?
You know, that rings a bell. And that
something about
doesn't surprise me.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
He gets into all kinds of trouble at the zoo. Good
yeah.
stuff.
It's so cute. Hey, a reminder for you, you can watch Sunrise every day live here exclusively on KGW Plus at 7 o'clock and at 8 o'clock and right now. We hope you have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you later here at noon.